So here's another problem. The current population of an animal species is 1.1 million, declining. So that's an important thing to remember. Declining with a half-life of 20 years. How many animals are left in 40 years? And the next question is in 70 years. So this is exponential decrease. So let's see what's given. Let's write that down first. T half, so that's half-life of this animal population, is 20 years. So the population is decreasing. And in 40 years, we want to know how many animals are left. So notice here, it doesn't say what fraction of the animals are left. It says how many animals are left. So basically, we are given an initial amount, 1.1 million, and we have to figure out what is the end result after 40 years. Okay, so notice here it's not about finding the fraction of the animals left or the proportion of the animals left, it's actual number of animals left. So 1.1 million is 1.1 times 1 million, and that's equal to this number. It's better to convert it to a number so that way you'll get the actual number of animals left. So let's write down the formula. The new value, which means the population after 40 years, is equal to the initial population times 2 to the power of, I'm sorry, it's not 2, it's half. Let me just erase that because we're looking at decreasing animal population, not increasing like the deer in Michigan and Ohio. So we have half to the power of t over t half, so the half-life. So we're going to plug in the numbers. N is the unknown. We don't know how many are left at the end of 40 years. So initial value is 1.1 million times half to the power of t, which is 40, over t half, which is given as 20 years. So this is equal to 1.1 million times 20 goes 2 times into 40. So that would be 1 to the 2, which is 1, 2 to the 2, which is 4. So that's 1 squared over 2 squared. So that's 1 over 4. So what's left over is a quarter of the 1.1 million, which is so that is 275,000 animals left. Remember what we started with. At time t equals 0, it was 1.1 million. Time t equals 40, it's a quarter of what they started with. Now we're going to figure out what happens in t equals 70 years. It's going to be even less. It's an exponential decrease or decline. So we do the exact same thing, plug in the numbers. N equals 1.1 million times half to the power of, and how many years? 70 years, divided by t half, which is 20. So this is equal to 1.1 million. You can do this all in your calculator. You don't have to do any intermediate steps. It's like a 3.5. 7 over 2 is 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10, so that's a 3.5, but you don't really have to do that, just use your calculator. One. Let me just calculate this. Since we're counting animals, I'm going to round it to a whole number, and that is 97,227. That's what the population is, 97,227. So notice this change. Look how quickly the population of this particular species is declining.